offense now heading back out onto the field.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Bernard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Slant route to Miller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a 1st down.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Bernard. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Hilliard now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
And the Titans getting set to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Now a carry here for Hilliard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's Hilliard. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down, it's Willis. That'll be caught by Des Fitzpatrick. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
it's Hilliard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Willis. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Russ Cockrell. The 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Hilliard now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hilliard.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A big connection on that one. 49 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Here's Bernard. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Trask. Over the middle, complete. That's Miller. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On second down now, Bernard. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 70 yards on the ground here for Bernard. It's a first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On 3rd down, Bernard. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Giovanni Bernard, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bucs go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And Hilliard will elect to not return it. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Here. Bye. Okay.
First down throw for Trask.
Going deep this time for Miller. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Trask now.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 35.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A draw play, Bernard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Giovanni Bernard taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Buccaneers continue to pour it on here in the fourth. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more on that one and another first down. First and 10, it's Willis. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. On first down, Willis. And it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Right back to the air again with Willis. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they?
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 35. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Trask.
Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Trask to throw it.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Scotty Miller.
31 yards.
And the Buccaneers are pouring it on. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Just for that.
So they called it a
Bears.
touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Trask going to try to throw for this.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And Hilliard will elect to not return it. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Throw left side to his tight end, Swain. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. It's taken to the 26.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs ready to take over once again. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Bernard, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Bernard.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer 1st to pick up of 12 yards.
They'll run on 1st down. Bernard. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. Bernard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Here's Keyshawn Vaughn, who grew up in Nashville and went to Vanderbilt.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%. But it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Back to throw, Willis.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage. Led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
One final try for Willis.
He's going to let it fly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Nashville, good night, everybody.
Damn. That's bad. Yo, got embarrassed. Oh shit. You love it. I 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 think I made things here.